Jerry Sanders.
Thank you. Good morning. And thank you, His Excellency, the Ambassador, Pierre Simon, the President of the Paris Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Carl Schramm, and all of our other esteemed guests. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. We're delighted to launch today the French-American Society of Entrepreneurs with our excellent partners, truly excellent partners, the Paris Chamber of Commerce and Industry, without which we would not have been able to do this. Frank Vidal and his fantastic team at the Advancia School of Business, the leading school of business for entrepreneurs now in France, and Jabril Ben-Sadrine and his excellent associate David Baranis, who worked here days and night to make this conference possible. The society, the French-American Society of Entrepreneurs, as it was said here, is a society to initiate and facilitate transatlantic collaboration among each country's leading visionaries, scientists, and innovators. So it is appropriate that exactly 209 years ago today, Pierre-François André Marchand and Jean-Baptiste Joseph Delambre, the visionary scientists of their time, presented the official meter, the first international and universal measure of distance, to the French legislature. And it is also entirely appropriate and noteworthy that the second official meter was presented to President George Washington and the newborn nation of the United States of America. But perhaps the less said about that, the better. So let's turn to another noteworthy event for entrepreneurs, and especially for French-American entrepreneurs. Today, the 21st anniversary of the death of Georges Durieux. Georges, the son of a French engineer who at the age of 18 crossed the Atlantic, went on to become a Harvard Business School professor, and the first American to raise what was called risk capital. The French-American Durieux and his then one-of-a-kind risk capital entity financed 120 startup companies. Those include the fabled Digital Equipment Corporation, otherwise known as DEC, the company that helped establish and create the high-tech stronghold along Boston's Route 128. Risk capital, Professor Durieux famously said, is money to do things that have never been done before. This conference and this society are themselves things that have never been done before. And I therefore dedicate my welcome address to the memory of Georges Durieux, the French-American iconoclast entrepreneur, a worthy role model and inspiration to our fast-growing French-American Society of Entrepreneurs. In closing, I again want to thank my colleagues and the esteemed guests, and delightful to bring to the stage my good friend and one of the leading lights in Silicon Valley, Mike Malone, the leading journalist of Silicon Valley, the author of 15 books, among them the best-selling Virtual Corporation, and one who is known as the Boswell of Silicon Valley. Mike.